Bring the artists, bring the dancers.
Whoa, let's talk with Lakshmi.
Again now.
Whoa, let's talk with Lakshmi. Yeah.
Bring the topics, let we chat now.
Hey guys, we were able to catch up with the one and only Rhonda Bhinda. Rhonda Bhinda is the Executive Director for the Jamaica Center Business Improvement District in Queens, New York. She has a background in law. She also worked with the White House. Now, with her busy schedule, Rhonda was able to make the time to speak with us here at Let's Talk with Lakshmi about all of the developments that she's making in Jamaica, New York. Rhonda, welcome to Let's Talk with Lakshmi. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I am excited to have you on. I mean, we met recently, I'd say, last year, and I've been hearing all the great work that you've been doing in Queens, New York, and seeing this young, fresh Guyanese face in Queens, New York, you're wondering, what does she do? What is she doing? What is she all about? So I'm so excited. You're the executive director. I mean, tell me, what is it that you're doing to develop Queens?
So we're going through a renaissance right now. We've been named the #1 tourist spot by Lonely Planet. Jamaica was named #1 neighborhood in New York City by the Wall Street Journal last year. We've won a number of awards from the governor, from the mayor just this past week. So it's an exciting time for downtown Jamaica and for Queens. I really see Jamaica as the heart and soul of Queens, and so what we're doing, I'm looking to scale out and pilot out that other neighborhoods can replicate all of the success that we're having right now.
That's really amazing because, when you think of, Jamaica Avenue, people who have been here for a while, you just think of, like just cheap shopping, right? You go there, you get something discounted. And when people come from the Caribbean, it's like, we gotta go to Jamaica Avenue because we got the best deals, the best discounts. And for a while, I would even say it kind of seemed like run down. And I'll be honest, personally, I didn't want to go to Jamaica shopping or anything like that. But I know just recently, with the theater and the cleanup of the stations, I was very, very impressed. I remember a girlfriend of mine said, let's go to the theater. I'm like, where? She's like, Jamaica. I'm like, Jamaica? Isn't it dangerous? Isn't it like, a little dirty? I'll be honest, I said that. And she's like, no, the theater is great. They've developed Jamaica Avenue. It's clean, it's great. There's lots of hustling, bustling businesses, and it's really a great development. Lots of great places to live. The apartment buildings are being renovated, and I was really, really impressed. So tell me, with your organization, I mean, the #1 development that you have seen since you have taken over there.
So, we focus on a few different categories. One is the beautification and the cleanliness. So I will say that we are the cleanest and greenest shopping district in New York City right now.
Okay.
And I cannot point to, I always challenge to anyone to point to one other district that is cleaner than Jamaica Avenue. So we've made it very #1 effort on making sure that it's clean and also safe. The crime in the neighborhood has gone down year after year. It's the lowest ever. And so we're working on now beautifying, making more welcoming. We have a number of art and cultural activities so when you come out of the station, you feel the vibrancy, you feel the history, and you feel more welcomed to come out and to shop and to walk up and along. So you're right, that movie theater was one of the first developments that started to bring folks back downtown. Okay. We have another theater that we're looking at reopening called the Valencia Theater. That's a historic theater. And so art and culture has really been a focus for us in terms of fashion shows, having artist showcases. So another category is, of course, around modernization. So part of the money that came from the governor, actually the largest amount, is going to bringing broadband, so that we're going to be also the most high-tech shopping district in New York. So most people are also now, when they're shopping, they're also looking at their devices and online. So we're creating the AV app to make it more interactive as you're going. The AV app. So we'll be able to have a more interaction with the people coming in and around. We're a big transportation hub, and what we're doing is luring folks just not to use this as a passage point, but to come and see the new developments. So right up the block from the movie theater, we're having another major development where Burlington Coat Factory is opening,
Oh, I love
H&M.
I love Burlington.
They're fantastic, and we're excited to see them coming to the neighborhood. They'll be at Chipotle, H&M, Panda Express. Our first Starbucks opened this year, so we're very proud of the national retailers that are coming. But I'm also even prouder that of the 20 businesses that opened, 15 were women and minority owned and small businesses.
Love that.
So it's a mix. We want to keep the character, we want to add the variety, and cater to what folks want. So I encourage anyone to just reach out to us. The number is 718 Jamaica, and let us know what you want to see there, because this is the time. We have 14 hotels that are coming to the neighborhood. A few groundbreakings that already happened over the past few months, and there is a lot of residential development that's mixed in terms of affordable housing, but also higher end housing that can cater to young professionals that would normally want to perhaps move out after coming out of their homes in Southeast Queens or in Eastern Queens, and move into a more modern amenity. So we're finally getting those types of developments as well.
Yeah, and it's great for the younger generation because it is, like you said, a transportation hub. You can get anything there, the trains, the buses, the LARR. You can get transportation to the airport right in Jamaica. A major concern for me is, what about the parking in that area? I mean, with all these businesses going up, I know there are municipal parkings in the area, but is it enough parking for all these new businesses that are going to be there?
Yeah, there's going to have to be a lot more resources because of the increase in population and development. And one of the things that we're working on is, similar to malls, where you can validate if you shop in the neighborhood or in the mall, we're working on partnerships so that we can make it easier for folks to park in the lot. There are a number of transportation studies going on right now for downtown Jamaica to make the traffic easier. And I will say I have noticed in the past few months, just coming up and down, it's been a lot easier, the flow. So there's going to be more congestion. We're trying to get ahead of that and making sure that we are utilizing Hillside and Archer to be able to end this, and some of the other corridors to be able to get so the traffic can flow a little bit better.
Okay, awesome. Now, Rhonda, I know that you previously worked in the White House. What was that like? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, once in a lifetime, opportunity. Really, I think at the time I was the only person, South Asian person in the White House. It was every day, new challenges, exciting. It really was a dream come true. It was something that, growing up in Queens, I didn't imagine myself ever really having an opportunity to be in the West Wing and working so close to the seat of power. But it just shows that with hard work and, continuing to pursue education and opportunities, that anything can happen. That was really inspiring to me to later continue in public service.
Well, you're definitely an inspiration to many women out there, and so many more that are watching you right here on Let's Talk with Lakshmi. So, Rhonda, tell me, what draws you to public service?
So, it's just so rewarding to see the impact. I just come back from Guyana a few weeks ago where we donated towards a senior home so that they can remodel their kitchen, which is so important for the health and wellness of the seniors that use our services. And so just seeing the type of impact that one can have from the teamwork of a few people putting some effort together, and if everybody chips in, it can make such a big difference. And so that's always been really the inspiration for me. And then of course my father and my mother, and seeing that the work that they do in service, growing up, seeing them work with the church and that sort of thing, always sort of instilled that mentality in me.
Wonderful. Now, I know you're from Guyana. What part of Guyana are you from?
So my parents are from Wakenham and from Berbice.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Which, I've had the opportunity to visit, and it's really humbling to see how much they, have done to not only make sure that we were able to have opportunities and education, but how hard they really worked so that we would be able to live our dream. And I think it's so important that that us who are so lucky to have done that continue to work so that the future generations can also live their dream. And so the work is still not done. A lot of what we have been driven by and aspire to is still just on paper, and in terms of equality and justice, and making sure that new Americans like ourselves are accepted equally. And so in order for the future generations to continue to benefit and to realize, it's still a long way to go. But when I see where we've come, I'm very proud and very humbled.
Awesome. Tell me, what was the deciding factor that made you leave Washington and come and work in New York City?
Well, I had a great opportunity to work on the Obama transition team. And that was such a milestone in terms of having our first Black president, and it was just such an honor to be able to help with that transition and moving in. But eventually, I decided that I wanted to actually join the administration, and I worked at the State Department connecting governors and mayors on the local level. And so, even though I started off with national service, working and seeing what was happening on the ground really inspired me to just come back home and to do the same thing. What happens in cities are really the laboratories for democracy and for economic development. And I wanted to see those same benefits inuring to Jamaica, to Queens, to New York. And I always compared every other city to mine, and I know how many assets we have. Mm-hmm. I just think that they can be better utilized and that we can take more pride in them, so that we can have more robust opportunities and economy from seeing some of the best practices in some other parts of the world and some of the country. And so really, that's what I've been doing. I haven't been reinventing the wheel, but customizing some of the best of what I've seen. And it seems to be working so far, because we're really going through a great revitalization downtown Jamaica.
You've been definitely doing some great work in Jamaica. I know recently the governor visited Jamaica just a few days ago. Tell me about that program. I know there was a $10 million grant that was issued to Jamaica from your organization. Worked very hard to receive that grant. Tell us a little bit about, what goes into requesting money from the city, and then what really are you doing with this money to develop like Jamaica?
This is, part of the partnership that we have working with the city, the state, the elected officials. So before I was at the bid, we hadn't necessarily received direct funding from city council and from certain programs. So we worked really hard to make sure that we were in partnership with our council members. In addition, we won the Neighborhood Challenge Grant from Small Business Services last year. So for the neighborhood to then also get recognition from the governor, there were over 100 communities that competed, and he chose Jamaica as number one.
That's amazing.
It really was great that we were able to take part in the process of how to spend those dollars, and I'm proud to say that the largest amount of that pot of money went to our pet project, which was bringing broadband and closing the digital divide in downtown Jamaica. So if you're a business and you're especially giving a service to run a credit card machine, to answer your phones, it's very hard if you don't have
the proper technology.
And it's the only way to keep your business alive, in this age. And so I'm glad that we're finally enter the digital age for our businesses, because as all these changes are happening, we want to make sure that they're up to date and able to use all the social media resources, be able to bring their business online, to be easily found. A lot of people do research ahead of time before they go shopping, and they target certain stores and they want to see what's there. And so we're really grateful that this was the main priority for the governor, to make sure that Jamaica Queens now finally has that level of broadband that is just really essential to business.
Speaking of technology, I know you live by the 3 T's for your organization. Tell us about the 3 T's program.
So technology, transportation, and tourism has been our 3T strategy for Jamaica Queens. Again, I think this is replicable in other neighborhoods throughout Queens, throughout New York City. So with technology, we're looking to implement the smart city tools that can increase the economic development, the spending, the quality of life, and better communication to connect people to the resources and to the businesses. In terms of transportation, we are looking at making it more efficient to get around. A lot of times in Queens, our orientation is going from east to west and not necessarily north-south, and being able to really fully understand and take advantage of the entire neighborhood. And so we're looking at easier ways for being able to circulate throughout the community, so you get to see all of the great diversity that we have to offer. In terms of tourism, we really want to take more advantage of being in between both JFK and LaGuardia. We have so many visitors and business folks and people coming through to meet to see their friends and family all the time through our hubs. We're hoping that they will choose to stay in Jamaica and also be able to take advantage while they're there of the cultural activities and the shopping and the diversity of restaurants. Really, when you're walking up and down the avenue, it's like walking around the UN. You hear different languages, see different clothing, different people, and it really is the most vibrant area in New York City. We have as much foot traffic as 42nd Street, and we have also that community feel. So we want to continue to work on being more welcoming. So one of the things we've done is partner with the country of Jamaica on creating a sister city relationship, so that we can learn about tourism from them, since they've been so great globally at promoting everything that they have to offer, and share some of those best practices around how we can promote tourism for Jamaica Queens as well.
Oh, that's very interesting and very exciting. The Queens area, there's a group, I believe they're called the Queens Economic Development Corp, QEDC. They have a calendar that comes out for Queens that tells you lots of different free events in Queens. So, it's very important, guys, make sure you take advantage of that. Make sure you take advantage of coming down to Jamaica Avenue, seeing all the great work that Rhonda and her team has done down there to develop Queens, making it beautiful, beautifying. Speaking of beautiful, I recently was on Jamaica Avenue, and what I did not notice, which I noticed years ago, which is probably something that kept me away from Jamaica Avenue, I didn't notice any homeless people on Jamaica Avenue. So thank you. Thank you for cleaning up Jamaica Avenue. I am seeing a development. I'm definitely seeing a more beautiful Jamaica Avenue, a better Jamaica Avenue, and definitely a place that, we're going to go back shopping there. I know everybody from the Caribbean that comes here, they're like, we got to go to Jamaica Avenue and shop. I'm going to go to the Jamaica Avenue and shop and give my business to the local businesses in Jamaica Avenue as well. But Rhonda, you're a beautiful, intelligent lawyer. You're doing so much for the business development for women as well in Jamaica. Tell me about the role that you play in helping young women and women in general start their own businesses.
We started a series called Be Queens, so Business Women in Queens, where we have sessions around marketing, networking exchanges, so that we can create mentor-mentee relationships between existing businesses and those looking to aspire to become businesses. And we do everything we can in terms of from setting you up, finding financing, and helping you with your business plan to be able to realize that dream. And so we hope that you keep in touch with us and follow us. We do post everything It's in Queens on QEDC's newsletter. Okay. And we also have our website, jamaica.nyc, where you can sign up to receive our personal newsletter. But we are going to continue that program throughout the next several months, where we usually actually have them in businesses that are women-owned businesses on Jamaica Avenue. So that's, so you can also learn about just firsthand from those owners about their experiences and why they've chosen to either locate or expand to Jamaica.
Exciting. So tell our viewers, Rhonda, that are listening to you here on Let's Talk with Lakshmi, we help? How can we help the development of Queens?
Well, I invite you to please get involved with us. We have a lot of great community activities. We're having a fashion show in August. We also are starting a yoga series that's going to be outdoor. Just come enjoy and then engage with us, and then that way we can learn what you can offer and how we can help you and what we might be able to offer you in terms of your interests. It ranges from anything around the economic development marketing side to the arts and culture. And so there's a lot that we can all do to shop local and support local businesses. But I would say stop by our office, pick up a value card where you get discounts at over 50 stores,
Oh, awesome.
and go from there. You know, and then when you have a good experience on Jamaica Avenue, make sure that you tweet about it, you Instagram it, like us on Facebook, and continue to spread that good news of what's happening downtown.
Oh, thank you so much, Rhonda. Thanks for taking
Thank
the
you.
time out
Thank you.
to talk with us. You're doing a great job. Keep up all the great work, and you have our support right here from Let's Talk with Luxury.
Thank you.